Because again, Kuz to me is he's taking a step up. And again, it is hard when to do what he did tonight. Let's talk about Kuz for a second. To do what he did tonight, and also, again, he takes on the hardest defensive assignment. And again, if it's Bridges cooking, he's now going to Bridges. If it's Knuppel cooking, he's now going to Knuppel. If it's here comes the LaMelo ball, you're on LaMelo. Like, he is having to do all that, and he's having to shoulder some of the offensive burden as well. And he's doing it at a big time rate. You talk about those 45-degree cuts that he's making when Giannis has the ball. And tonight was just this was playmaking from Giannis and Kuzma, the biggest. And that's why even we talk about the game the other night where Kuzma didn't play well. And what I come on here and say, to me, I wasn't upset because the process was good. You missed 3 layups in a row. I'm okay with that. If you're airballing threes and you're fading away and you throwing the ball off the side of the backboard, that's what I have a problem with. Yeah. But if you're making the right play and you're cutting and you're shooting when open and you're not taking the ball and, okay, I got the ball 18 on the clock, and now, I sit here in the corner and size the guy up, and I don't pass the ball doesn't stick, everybody's looking at me, and I just pull up and miss with 8 seconds on the clock. What is that? That I can't handle. But if you're making the right play and you just happen to miss, or you just happen to not, he had a couple baskets tonight where he just didn't finish around the cup. And that's okay, because the majority of the time what he was doing was really, really good. Again, crazy thing is, and this is, it is kind of crazy to think about. You'd argue Ryan Rollins is probably our next best actual creator on this roster right now outside of Giannis. Giannis took 18 shots. Kuz took 17. Like, Kuz took the second, Rollins took 12. Kuz was finding a way to get to the basket. He's finding a way to get a shot off. And again, the other thing, then the guy he was traded for. Kuz had at least 6 points off transition because ball goes up, boom, I'm running. And how many times is he getting behind the defense? Some of the stuff that happens to us, he's getting behind the defense for easy baskets in transition. And he is an athlete just running down the court. And it is good to see other, outside of, again, I ain't gonna say, again, respect to Chris Middleton, but it's a different style of basketball. That's all. And again, he's not prime Chris Middleton, but the version of Chris Middleton that is what he is now, you're insane to think that Kyle was just a better player. He's young.
World said he wanted to bring him back. He wanted to bring Chris Middleton.
Tony he'd be trolling on the Chris Middleton stuff.
Yes. They're going to Middleton.
Yeah, that's my guy. But yeah, no. But again, imagine didn't Batman. I don't know, came in. But yeah, I don't know what's happening there. But yeah, no, I'm just saying. And to your point though, Justin, Ryan Rollins, to me, I'm gonna put a bet in tonight. Ryan Rollins should be the most improved player. To me, he should get that he should be front running that award right now with the level of play that he's at. He's really good. And I it shouldn't go to, I think they're trying to give it to like Jaime Jaquez, just because he had a sophomore slump. I see some people saying Wemby should be your number 1 overall pick, a phenom. There's no reason you should be in the conversation for most improved player. And then lastly, I get to you, Chris. Like Bumblebee TV says KPJ disrespect and disregard is crazy.
We've never done that.
Yeah, no, and maybe somebody else, but no, I'm not. That's not what it is here. It's not disrespect or disregard. It's just he's gonna have a big role. I think I'll say this too. I think that what will happen is they're gonna be able to ease him back anyway, because he's not gonna come back and just start right off the bat. He's gonna get to ease his way back. So he's gonna naturally get to play off the bench, and then Doc Rivers have to make some decisions from that point.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just to go back to Kuzma, I mean, I think the synergy that's there with Giannis is getting better, and it's getting pretty scary for opposite teams because Kuz is out there helping, running in transition. They're finding each other on back cuts. I think they each had one where, you know, Giannis was cutting to the rim, and then on the opposite end, it was Giannis with the ball finding Kuz to the rim. So he immediately gets inserted in that starting lineup, something we've been asking for. Improves the rebounding, right? Like you see now, instead of it just being Miles and Giannis, the only guys that are down there trying to get rebounds, Kyle Kuzma is one of those guys who soars in and gets those long misses. So I thought that really helped for the Bucks tonight. And then, yeah, again, I've been talking about how he's just more confident taking that shot. And he does use his physicality to get to the rim, and it seems way more controlled this year, which is very helpful for the Milwaukee Bucks. So I'm ecstatic that Kuzma is. I mean, guys, we've been saying it since the trade happened. Like we just stick through this process, stick through it. Maybe he'll be good for us. Maybe he'll be athletic for us. Maybe he'll change the way we play. And he's doing that. And there's no hiding it. There's no discrediting that. And I was really impressed with the way he bounced back from a bad game. Right? He didn't play well on Wednesday, but he comes and gets us 29 tonight and helps us win in a big way.
Kuz is probably the biggest glue guy that we have on this roster right now. Whatever you need to do, he does it. Assist the ball, rebound the ball. He was switched on Sexton tonight. Sexton's one of the fastest guys in the NBA. He kept his feet in front of him and forced him into a tough shot. You don't see that from a lot of guys that are, 6'11", 6'10"? He's a tall dude.
Kuz,
and I know,
he's like 6'9".
We all in the chat. Every time you mention Kuzma, it's like, oh, you gotta respect Middleton and all. Yeah, I mean, look, I guess some of y'all just hang on our words and wait for us to say Kuzma so you can say something about Middleton. For the bajillionth time, no one's disrespecting Middleton, but the best ability is what, Trey?
Availability.
And Kuz is there every night, and he's hooping his ass off. So if you still talking about Middleton after Kuzma just dropped 29, how many rebounds he have?
10.
How many assists he have?
5 and 4 steals.
You might need to take your bum ass and be a Wizards fan if you still talking about Middleton and we up here talking about a dude that hooped his ass off, and if we don't have him on this floor tonight, we don't win this basketball game. You go look up the last Middleton stats. What's the last thing he did for the Wizards? And Middleton will be good on this team. Let me back it back a little bit. On a buyout for a 10 to 12 minute stretch. Trey, we was talking about that earlier today, but to disrespect anything that Kuzma does, to keep bringing up Middleton this and Middleton that and Middleton this, no, respect the 18 on the floor. He's out there getting buckets and playing with the greatest player on earth, and he's a reason why we're 8-5 versus 5-8 or anything worse than that. God damn.
Lewis Fleming has a good point. He says Kuzma is our best defender. I think I don't think that's wrong. I think he is our. I think. And let me say this: Giannis is our best. Giannis is our best defender when he chooses to play defense. Giannis turns it on and off way more than he used to in the past. Kuzma he has the highest motor. Where every single possession, I kind of feel like I know what Kuzma's gonna do from a defensive standpoint. And again, I think everything about it is just so much better. He looks way more connected. He doesn't get. He used to be kind of rough off ball. I think he's gotten better off ball defensively. His on ball defense, I think, has always been pretty strong for the most part, and he has no problem skying up and trying to help on the boards. Again, he had 4 steals tonight and a block. So again, he just did a really, really, really solid job tonight.